Hi, I'm Max.
And I'm Skylar.
Recently, we decided to start watching Bob's Burgers to see what it was all about.
And it didn't take us long to become completely obsessed with the show.
But one of the things we love the most about the show is the brilliant end credit sequences.
Which is why we created this podcast.
Each week, we're going episode by episode to talk about the elaborate end credits.
We're excited to have you join us right here on Bob's Credits.
We'll make sure that Bob's Burgers end credits get the credit they're due.
All right!
Chip chipperoo, my wee little lassies.
It's so interesting. I thought you were going to say top of the morning to ya.
Top of the morning to ya. With so many bad accents. I don't even know what I'm doing now.
Bad, brilliant. There's a fine line.
I say bad.
I say brilliant.
Okay, well, I appreciate that.
Well, I guess this is a St. Patrick's Day episode.
I guess so. I have some thoughts on that.
Okay, I'm really excited.
But do you want to start with some Bob Hunter Max pun?
I would love to.
Okay, this week we are doing Store Next Door.
So fun.
Your first pun is don't stop bereaving. Grief counseling.
Max.
Bob.
Oh, so good. Bob's Burgers. Good job.
Your next pun is Russell's Crows, Wild Birds.
Max.
Yes.
That was really funny, Max.
Your next pun is dream a little dream of tea.
Max.
Yes. And your final pun is this is how we shoe it.
Max.
Yes. Wow.
That's a good showing.
That was a really good showing. I'm surprised you didn't get the first one. And I am honored, to be honest, because it's a really good one.
It's really good. It doesn't even matter what I thought about it. It's just so good. All of those were very good, Max, though. You're very good at this.
Thank you. Good showing.
Thank you. I'm still upset that if I get the majority of them right, it's still a 75, which is a C. I don't understand the logic of that.
Okay.
No, I just in
we'll
general.
do 16 next time.
In general, I don't understand the logic of that. Like, a majority should feel like a higher grade to me. I'm just really annoyed at the American school system.
You need to take it out with math.
Okay. Max Miller, are you ready for Skylar Sides, the fun facts before the fun facts?
Dish it, lassie.
Okay. I have a heavy hitter fun fact, and I do not know how it's taken me this many years to learn this fun fact. And I'm excited to share it with you all. Unfortunately, you already know it.
I do.
Yes,
Got it.
but I did bring the information to you.
Okay.
But hopefully this will be really fun and really new for most of our listeners.
Yeah, and I can work on my acting surprise
Yeah.
act.
Yes. Your acting surprise act.
Yeah.
I love it. Gene would definitely headline in that one-man show.
Everyone needs to have an acting surprise act.
Yes, for sure. So, and I am not talking about the in-world plot from the movie, but I found the interview that confirms why and how, and once again, why Louise Belcher wears her iconic bunny ears.
What?
That sounded like a cartoon. That was really good.
Thank you.
I could see you kind of being like, you know, when people run and then like stop in their tracks.
Yeah.
So Lauren Bouchard gave an interview. I don't know how it took me this long to figure it out, but he flat out said that anime is what inspired Louise's bunny ears. And she had them from the get-go. This is always what Louise's character design was. And he really liked this idea of that, yes, if she wears these bunny ears, yes, she is a little girl in a bunny ear hat, but it also makes her a bunny as well, kind of like this Bugs Bunny situation is what he said. So that was fun, but it is from the particular anime Tekken Concrete. Everyone can correct my pronunciation. I'm here for it. But in this anime, so it was a manga series that was adapted into, I think, both film and a TV show. There's two characters, and the younger of the two wears this bear hat on his head, and that is the actual IP that Lauren says is a partial inspiration for Louise's bunny ears.
We'll share a screen grab of that on our carousel on Instagram. So
Yes.
if you aren't following us over there, Bob's credits for some visuals for this episode.
Yeah, so if you're just like walking around and you can be like,
Follow.
what?
Oh, what?
What? Cut it.
Oh,
On the chopping block. Never mind.
wait. If
I
you're
was-
walking around.
And someone's like, I love Bob's Burgers. You can be like, do you know?
I
Do you know
thought
what?
I thought you were yes-anding my, like, if you're, I was talking about the carousel. So if you're walking around listening to this and you wanted to see the visuals, you can pull it up on your phone.
I was just continuing the conversation.
You got it.
So, I mean, this is the pinnacle of Skylar Sides. It's a very important fun fact, which I love, and it just shows you how deep Lauren Bouchard's love for Japanese animation is. We could do a whole episode on all his
References.
references and
maybe we should do a Patreon
inspiration.
episode on that.
We should. I've done a whole bunch of research on it recently. Yeah, so I thought that was really interesting.
I find it super interesting. And I know I've said this before on this podcast at some point, but even before you start watching Bob's Burgers, the bunny ears stand out. Like they're like so iconic and they kind of like transcend the show itself. Like
100%.
I just knew this character that had these bunny ears. I knew nothing about the show. I didn't know why she has bunny ears. I didn't know it's just like, it's great to have done it to pay homage to something he loves, but
Mhm.
also
It's a hook.
yeah, it makes it stand out for some
Yes.
reason.
And I think a lot of people would be like, oh, she has like a pink hat on that show. It's kind of like a calling card, which is really interesting.
Yeah. Should we get into this episode?
Let's do it.
This has nothing to do with Asian culture.
Literally no.
Skylar, can we have the title and synopsis for season 10, episode 16, please?
The title is Flat Top of the Morning to Ya. And here's the synopsis. I was ready for you to correct me, be like, nope, that's not the title.
No, that one you got.
Okay, good. It's St. Patrick's Day, and Bob and the kids are off to a restaurant's estate sale where they attempt to help a failed restaurateur steal his flat top back. Meanwhile, Teddy and Linda dye the burgers green at the restaurant. Naturally.
This episode came out on March 15th, 2020. It was written by Rich Rinaldi and directed by Ryan Matos.
Rich Rinaldi, I'm sorry, I know you probably haven't looked it up. Do you know any other episodes he's written?
Oh, a number of them. Not off the top of my head, but we've definitely
Okay.
heard his name a whole bunch.
Yep. No, it's very familiar.
Rinaldi was also the name of a street where I grew up, so there's that useless fact for anyone who wants it.
I love it. You had a Bob's
It's in the Valley.
Burgers Easter egg.
It's Rinaldi of the Valley Rinaldis, maybe.
What?
I don't know. It's-
You're so confusing me with your words.
Okay, tell me your thoughts on this episode.
This is not my favorite episode.
Wow.
Tell
Wow.
me your thoughts on this episode.
Me too. Let me say this. This is what I wanted to say about it being a St. Patrick's Day episode. It feels kind of like shoehorned into St. Patrick's Day, if that makes sense. Like they're like, we have never done a St. Patrick's Day episode. Can we put like a little side story in another episode we have? Because the A story has nothing to do with St. Patrick's Day. It could not be St. Patrick's Day, really.
Really interesting. Good point.
Not that like you can't have a day that's St. Patrick's Day and not have a day that's you don't come in contact with St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, but it's definitely the B story. So it's like, oh, well, this is going to air around then or something.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the process was. I don't know if this was a like they're like, we're going to do a St. Patrick's Day B story, put it in this episode, which is going to air. right
No,
before St. Patrick's Day, but they did switch this episode around so that it would air closer to St. Patrick's Day. So it got flipped with Yerty Rotten Scoundrels, which we did last week.
I think you're onto something.
But it does feel kind of like
shoehorned.
We've never done
St.
St. Patrick's Day. Let's just get one in here and kind of like basic storyline, B story.
It is interesting because we were just talking about like a hook, like Louise's ears are a hook. And then whenever St. Patrick's comes around, I do see, Teddy in his shirt a lot.
Yeah, I think we meme it.
I think we meme it, but we're not the only ones. I see their green dyed mouths. And I think the lore of it surpasses I'm trying to think of another word besides goodness of it. It's fine. I mean, we'll get into it. I also want to say, to your shoehorn theory, it's almost like an inverse of Putsgiving, where the whole episode should have been Thanksgiving themed, but they took a putt storyline and shoved it on the day of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, similar feelings with this one for me.
Yes. And actually Brian Husky, when we interviewed him, the voice of Rudy, he was also, we were talking about Rudy's inhaler and how we haven't seen it in years. And he was wondering if maybe, the Fox execs said something about it, as well as kind of liking the earnestness of Louise. They do have higher ups that they have to please too. So you never know if someone's like, no, you have to have a Thanksgiving episode. And they're like, we didn't write a Thanksgiving episode. They're like, no, you have to. That's alleged. I don't even think that's what happened. I'm just saying you guys have to remember this is a business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny that neither of us really are too fond of this episode, and I turned it on last night because we were recording this today, and you didn't even realize that that's why I turned this episode on.
I have a confession.
Yeah.
I was really mad at you last night.
For choosing that episode?
Yeah, and I didn't, when I mean really mad, this is the level of angry, I'm
really mad. It's just I'm not going to speak to you for a week because you chose Flat Top of the Moon to you.
I was just like, why did he pick this episode? I was actually going to say, can we change the episode? Because I thought we were putting on Bob's as our comfort show to rewind for the evening. I was looking
I would never have chosen this episode.
Really?
Yeah, it's not again, it's not, well, let's keep talking about it. Okay, the Teddy and Linda storyline is fun enough, but is very holiday specific, obviously.
It is.
And it's a holiday. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
It's a holiday, unlike a holiday like Halloween or Thanksgiving or Christmas, which are kind of month-long builds up, month-long vibes. A holiday like St. Patrick's Day is one day. It's it's one day. You don't build a whole entire month around it.
Right. And it does play to Linda as a character. She is someone who would wake up and be like, I'm making a big deal about this today. And Bob being like, fine, but we're not dyeing the burgers green. One, it looks disgusting. Two, nobody's going to want to do that. So in terms of the character, not impetus, but the character drive, it is in line with Linda. And I do love seeing Teddy and Linda together. It's two unsupervised children.
Yes.
And that's always a fun dynamic.
Yeah, especially in the restaurant. Bob does not want to leave Teddy and Linda at the restaurant.
Yeah.
It's just his nightmare.
And there was one part where I felt really seen, where Linda's mixing in the ground beef with the food coloring. I've done this a million times, especially if I'm making a Bob's Burgers recipe, where I'm trying to get the wrong color. And then I realized I've used up all the ingredients, the whole can of icing. And so when she's like, oh, I realize now that we have no non-green beef, I felt very seen.
My other issue is that St. Patrick's Day in America,
I hate it.
This is nothing to speak of how the Irish celebrate it. I'm sure it's so much better over there. But I had 2 periods in my life where St. Patrick's Day in America mattered. When I was a kid, and I had to make sure I wore green so I would not get pinched.
Bullying.
Yes. Boo. And then the short period of my life where I was of drinking age and we would go out and drink on St. Patrick's Day. It was an excuse to go drink heavily on that day or do like a bar crawl.
Is there anything less sexy than a beer smelling, green, drunk, stained mouth?
It's awful.
This is why this really works for It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Like, and what's their iconic episode around St. Patrick's Day?
Don't they do a couple of them because they're an Irish,
Yeah.
quote unquote, Irish pub?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't there one where they're in the back of a car and it's like slushing everywhere? Anyway, it doesn't matter. We did it. Great. We did it.
We did what?
Bob's Burgers. They did it.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Checked it. Good. You got the screenshots so people can post about you on like the holiday, and
You did it.
I don't even think I posted one this year. It just sneaks up on you.
Yeah, because we don't care about it that much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're past that. That's what I'm saying. We're not a child who has to be concerned about wearing green.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not sure if that's allowed anymore. I don't know what the rules are, but I think kids are probably still doing it. And 2, we're not in the drinking. I'd say
We're not at the binge
20 to 25-ish, maybe. It starts. Yeah.
Yeah, but did your sister care about St. Patrick's Day this year? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So then also, the one thing I really do care about this episode in terms of St. Patrick's Day and in general, Linda's breakfast looks amazing.
Yeah. I'd have a little corned beef hash. That's one thing I can get behind.
I love a hash. If we're at a diner, hash is so good. It's so good. And the way she did it with those eggs on top, like Linda.
Yeah.
So good.
It was, yeah. I 100% agree with that. I can get behind that. If that was something we celebrated every year, I would do that.
Yes, I would love to make that for us.
Okay, let's do it. Let's jump over to this A story.
Yes, and as we do, I want to ask you, which story did you like better, the A or the B story?
I guess the B. I'm not that thrilled with either, but I did enjoy the B more.
So did I. After us being so hard on it, I enjoyed the B story more. I do not care for the A story.
We've brought this up numerous times in Bob's Burgers, where they are like 100% hit it out of the park or 100% miss sometimes when they have a new character we've never met before kind of guide the main story.
And here's the thing, because I was thinking about it this morning as I was like walking around with too many cups of coffee. I knew you were going to say this. I didn't know if you liked the A story or not because I was so checked out when we were watching it. I was just sitting in bed like,
why did he?
It's so fucking bright and I'm trying to freaking chill out for the evening. But
it's so bright. Every Bob's Burgers episode
that's not
blinds
true.
You when it starts.
That's not. Yeah, that's true. But here's the thing. There are some really cozy episodes, whether it's cozy family feels, whether it's autumnal, raining, like those are the best cozy episodes. But let's get back on track here. So I was like, I wonder if he liked the A story. I really didn't like it, so I'm going to guess he didn't like it. He's going to say that thing about the protagonist. So I'm walking around with my coffee this morning, and I'm like, yeah, he's going to say that.
I like the little mime you did. You're like marching around.
Yeah.
It's like a little troll.
Well, in the mornings, especially when you leave to go swimming and I haven't set an agenda, my brain is so scattered in so many directions, that's what I end up doing. I just march around the apartment trying to do one task.
That's me all the time
I know.
with my
I
ADHD
know.
brain.
I know. I love you. I'm sorry.
That's
It's hard.
I'm a troll marching around sloshing my coffee.
Troll? When did troll?
I said you did like a goblin pantomime.
Oh, I'm fine with it. I like it. I can
Yeah.
be a troll.
I don't know. I apologize to the troll and goblin community. I don't think you should be wedged together. But
Okay, so I'm like, yes, Max's theory is right in this case. But let's go deeper, Skylar. And he's not sympathetic. We have a bunch of twists, and every twist, every character development twist we get, I like him less and less and care about the family helping him less and less, which is kind of not what you want to do. He wasn't that into cooking. He just kind of followed in the footsteps of his dad. So the emotional attachment to this flat top keeps getting less and less and less. And yes, he has a reason to keep it. It was part of his heritage. But when you put someone up against Bob, who this is his body and soul, it doesn't come across. I don't want to emotionally root for this illegal activity. And then Bob's kind of like this theme of the F word, of failure. We know that's in Bob's character, but it's not planted in the beginning of this episode.
Mhm.
It feels very out of right field for he's like, yeah, I do say the restaurant's going to fail too often. It didn't work for me on a lot of levels.
Yeah. I think you made like perfect points about it. Like it's just kind of like lacking all across the board. And the voice actor for Beecham is Richard Kind, who is like kind of like a comedy legend. He's been in everything. He was on like Mad About You. He was on Spin City. He's in Curb as a recurring. He's on John Mulaney's new live show on Netflix.
How is that doing, by the way?
I think it's doing well.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
I mean,
it hasn't made its way to my TikTok
I don't
feed.
work at Netflix, so I can't give you the numbers, but I think it's doing well. He's the voice of Bing Bong from Inside Out.
Iconic.
Yeah, very recognizable guy, and his voice is super recognizable. And that kind of took me out of it too, because I was like, I know him so well, and I'm like, oh, that's Richard Kind.
Oh, interesting. So you just had some things stacking up for you.
Yeah, so there's like that plays a role too, and I like Richard Kind. I think he's very funny, but it just didn't work for me. I just did not like this character, and I could not grab onto the storyline and like.
And technically, you could argue he is the protagonist of this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of an important part to play.
His fake mustache bothered me. I don't know.
You're just like. That being said, the premise of the show works. The character of this show works. So were Tina and Jean and Louise making me laugh? Of course they were. Like,
we say it all the time. Even like episodes of Bob's Burgers that aren't our favorites, they're still so super enjoyable. You've got these incredible characters. It's still funny.
Yeah.
You know, they're able to chime in and be funny. It's just, you know, when you're comparing them to the series as a whole, sometimes there are ones that stand out as not as enjoyable as the others.
Question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Another honesty moment. How did you feel about Bob's like 30-second-ish song?
Oh, I didn't like that song.
It's
not a good song. It actually like when he started singing with the spotlight on him. Normally, I'm all about a Bob song.
I know. I'm like, everyone shut up.
Like, I don't want this right now. And then it didn't like do much. Yeah.
Yeah. We were at a wedding, Max and I, the other week, and someone was like, oh, you guys do a Bob's Burgers podcast. And they kind of said this thing that I've heard. And I was like, oh, you're one of those, because I don't agree with it. They go, I love Bob's Burgers. Why did it have to get musical? I think the music is one of the most special things about this show.
I agree, but I will say at first, I felt that way when we first started watching Bob's Burgers, because it kind of had to become that.
Mm-hmm.
And when we first started watching it, it wasn't as musical. And so it was kind of weird when they started doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But then obviously I love the music so much. I think it's one of the most special things about it.
But they freaking earned it.
Yeah,
They
sure.
have smash after smash. Like, I mean, their music is so good. The parody music, the earnest music, it's just phenomenal. And so to have this, I'm like, could we have cut this? Quite possibly.
Yeah, I agree. I don't remember what the song is. I've seen this episode a few times now, and I just
Something about failure. I don't know.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say about this episode, or should we just get the end credits?
I really want that hash.
Okay, well, we can make that.
Okay.
And by we, I mean you can make it. And
Sexist.
I will, no, not. And I will be your sous chef who snacks on things. And you have to say 6 times to do something before I realize that
But I've already done
I have
it.
to do it. Yes. Okay, so the end of this episode, they have returned from this little estate sale. By the way, I always forget that why it's called flat top. The grill is a flat top grill. I don't know why. I always
Okay.
forget why it's flat top, but the morning to you, I'm like, okay. Does someone have a weird, like, army buzz cut?
Oh, that's a flat top?
Flat top on the top? Yeah.
Oh.
There was a villain in the Dick Tracy movie in the comics,
Mhm.
and he was called Flat Top, and he had like a flat top hair.
Is that another chicken or the egg situation?
I think it was a flat top before that.
Okay, got
I
it.
think that's what it was called.
An iconic haircut.
Yeah.
Okay. When I hear flat top, I hear diner. Ding, ding, ding. Ring
Okay.
me up.
Okay, so you know. So they've returned from this estate sale, and Teddy and Linda have gathered all of these drunk St. Patrick's Day people, and they're in the restaurant, and they're going to get some business from it, hopefully, and not just drunk people in there.
They could dine and dash.
That is very possible.
Drunk dine and dash.
Drunk dine and dash, yeah.
Yep.
Hopefully not drunk drive to dash.
Everyone was walking.
It's a very walkable city,
It's a very walkable town.
as we've seen in the most recent Bob's Burgers episode, when they go on a walk. Okay.
Sorry.
Yes.
You did it.
Yeah.
You mentioned the latest Bob's Burgers episode,
Yeah.
like a candle in the gym.
Yeah.
That episode is so effing good.
Yeah. It's
And we
especially
just
compared to this one. Yeah. Watching that one twice and then coming to watch this one, it's just, yeah.
Come inside, everyone! I'll fire up the grill. Who wants a St. Patty's Day melt?
Lynn?
Hi, Bobby! We got some customers, look!
I see that.
They're drunk and hungry and not too rowdy.
Great, but we don't have to make green burgers, do we?
Green burgers for everyone!
Yep.
Hey, we start the conga line.
Ah, it's so St. Patty's Day.
Irish, Irish, Irish. Irish, Irish, Irish. Irish, Irish, Irish.
There was a lad named Linda, she loved the Irish seed. And then one fateful Patty's Day, she died of Burger's greed.
I love Linda's St. Patty's Day melt. Because like a patty melt.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. And I do want to say that there's so many jokes about this being like an Americanized version of this
Mhm.
holiday, of like doing a conga line. I mean, that's so Irish. And then they just chant Irish, Irish, Irish. So, yeah, that's really funny going into the end credits.
I mean, they have nailed American St. Patty's Day.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Tell me what we see as we go into these end credits here.
So classic end credit kitchen sequence. The girls are helping Bob prep, and the rowdy customers, all decked out in green. Linda in green in the window too, or through the window. There's green everywhere.
Everywhere. It's all over the kitchen, the little splotches of green
On the floor.
Yeah, and the burgers are green that Bob's cooking.
The flat top
Yeah.
leaked with green.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, basically that's what's going on in the window here. We get this little Irish ditty, which I absolutely love.
Okay, I love.
And we'll go through the lyrics, but I think we should just listen to it, let it play out, because it's just these people in the window dancing. It's a continuation of the last scene we saw.
Said that she was crazy, a naughty lunatic. Cause the thought of eating burgers green made everybody sick. Nobody had the courage to make food look so gross. Her thought process was something of a mystery. But she ran ahead and did it stole common sense, and now she will go down in green food history. Irish, 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 Linda Burger, Celtic Queen.
We're like Eric Go Black.
I noticed something that makes me like the credits more.
Tell me.
So, as Max said, they're just partying through the window, and then Gene comes in because these really are the classic end credit sequences. The girls are doing the exact movements from like the earlier seasons, and then Gene walks across right to left, and he's holding a whisk.
Yes.
And that was one of my favorite lines in the episode. He says something like, "Too bad you didn't want to steal a whisk, because then you could just put it down your pants and then you'd be like, oh, no, that's my wiener, and tip your hat to them, sir." Probably one of the best moments of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that they are making a callback to one of the stronger moments.
Yeah. That's a good little touch. We get, Teddy makes his way into the little dancing crowd occasionally in the window. And one thing that's different is that Linda is delivering more than just one burger, which normally she just gets one burger, then she disappears.
Oh, interesting.
You see them put a couple more burgers in. So they're, business is booming.
Business is booming. We are not letting that green meat go to waste. Yeah.
Do you want the lyrics to this little Irish ditty?
Oh, yes.
There was a lass named Linda. She loved the Irish scene. And then one fateful Paddy's Day, she dyed the burgers green.
Oh, cute.
They said that she was crazy, a nutty lunatic, because the thought of eating burgers green made everybody sick. Nobody had the courage to make food look so gross. Her thought process was something of a mystery, but when she went ahead and did it against all common sense, and now she will go down in green food history. Irish, 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 Linda Burger Celtic Queen.
Love. Actually, I didn't hear the lyrics. That bumps this up like a full 2 points for me.
I agree. I think the song is phenomenal and gets you dancing, and I love that it's this Irish ditty, and it kind of reminds me of the Irish song in Sinners.
Okay.
The little like river dance number.
So good. So good.
And the lyrics are so good.
And these ditties, are they called shanties?
Sure.
Sure. Don't they kind of have some like lore and storytelling? I like that they're using the traditional storytelling from that part of history, but Bobsifying it.
Yeah.
It's almost better than the whole
Is it
episode.
like a limerick?
I don't
Limerick?
know.
Is that what they're called? This is like little like da 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 da.
Baby, I don't know.
Okay. What is a limerick?
I mean,
Anyway,
I can ask Siri.
should we score them?
Yeah.
We score on a scale of 1 to 10 H's at the end of Tina's
Do you want to go first?
I'll go first. I'll give these a solid 7.75.
Okay, and I already had my number locked in. I'm going to give them a 7.5.
Okay.
That being said, the strongest parts of this are the song. It tells a whole story within the song. The lyrics to the song, I think specifically, and Gene's whisk.
Yeah. And
Without those, these would be like a 2 for me.
Yeah, but I also think the end credits are a little bit better than most of the episode, if that makes sense to me. To you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are the end credits to Flat Top of the Morning to you. Thank you, everyone, for listening. If you need more of us, hey, we've got a YouTube video series called My Favorite Episode. Go watch it. It's a lot of fun. We have all sorts of guests on there to join us and talk about their favorite episode of Bob's Burgers. Subscribe to our Patreon, where we got 2 bonus episodes a month. Patreon.com/Bob's Credits. Bunch of other goodies on there too.
It also helps the show stay in business. So
Really does.
if you want to help us,
yeah, again, we do. Sorry, I'm going to cut you off, but we do this main feed for free, basically. We like doing it. We love doing it.
but if you want to directly support us and support our work, that is
It's
the
the best
best way.
Absolutely.
Yep. That's patreon.com/Bob's Credits.
And anything else you want to say before we get out of here, Skylar?
I'm just going to say stay frothy, like the top of a beer.
Okay.
Yep.
Great explanation.
Thumbs up. What?